blog.stampwithelaine.com. I'm delighted you're joining me for today's Fun Friday project because I have something nice and cheerful to banish those winter blues away. And who doesn't love ice cream? It's a square joyfold card. I've done rectangular ones before, but I thought I'd try my hand at a square one. And it just uses the sundae cup as a closure. You need the Cool Treats bundle, which is the stamp set and the Frozen Treats framelits dies. At the moment, if you purchase the two together, you'll get 10% off. The Tasty Treats Specialty DSP, these are 12 by 12 sheets, 30.5 by 30.5. There's two each of 5 double-sided designs. And this is what they look like on the other side. And 2 single-sided clear glossy coating over the designs. They are really, really gorgeous. The stitched framelit dies. I'm using the largest out of this set. Watermelon Wonder, this has been cut at 9 1/4 by 5 7/8 inch. In centimetres, that's 23.5 by 14.9 centimetres. With the long side on top, you score at 5 7/8 inches. That's 14.9 centimetres. You'll also need some Watermelon Wonder scrap to die cut your sundae bowl and the cherry. For the inside of the card, Peekaboo Peach, and that's been cut at 5 1/2 inch square. DSP has been cut a 1/4 inch smaller at 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, 13.3 by 13.3. For the front panel, the front of your card, this Peekaboo Peach has been cut at 5 1/2 by 3, that's 14 centimetres by 7.6 centimetres. And the Tasty Treats Specialty DSP has been cut at 5 1/4 by 2 3/4, so that's 13.3 by 7. The Joyfold card, which is a smaller card that is glued onto here, that is 8 1/4 by 4 1/8. So in centimetres, that's 21 centimetres by 10.5, scored at 4 1/8, that's 10.5 centimetres, and folded in half. So your mat, again, is a 1/4 inch smaller. This is Peekaboo Peach, so that's been cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, that's 9.5 by 9.5. And the Whisper White one is cut at 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, that's 8.9 by 8.9. For the Joyfold card, when you glue it onto your main card, the fold is on your right, so the inserts will go in like so, and then for the front of your card you need another piece of Peekaboo Peach, also cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. The DSP, you want a contrasting colour. This is cut at 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. That's 8.9 by 8.9. And then you cut the largest frame, stitched frame, with Whisper White cardstock. Whisper White scrap for stamping your scoops of ice cream. Watermelon Wonder, Peekaboo Peach, Pool Party, Wild Wasabi, and Chocolate Chip. I'm using blocks A, B, and C. The Sprinkles Embellishment, Big Shot magnetic platform with the cutting plates. Once you've cut your your card and all the mats, it's best to glue them on first. Now let's do the smaller card. Now remember, your Joyfold card will be glued central to that. So you want the fold to be on the right hand side. Now adhere the mat in Peekaboo Peach to the Joy Fold card. That will go like that. And zoomed in closer, I'm just going to stamp the cherry. This is just the red dot. Switch ink pads to Wild Wasabi, and I'm just going to stamp the stem, which is here. Oops, I've smudged it, so I think I'll have to do something there to cover it up. Now I'm going to stamp this image here in Pool Party. Clean the stamp and stamp it in Peekaboo Peach. I've cleaned the stamp again, and this time I'll stamp it in Watermelon Wonder. And I'm leaving a bit of a gap for cutting the ice cream. Then I'm taking this shape here and stamp that in Chocolate Chip over the Peekaboo Peach, using this die here, stamp here in Chocolate Chip on the Watermelon Wonder to stamp some sprinkles. Bring in the magnetic platform, my base cutting plate, cardstock. I've had to trim the cardstock down, run this through the Big Shot several times until I've cut the ice cream scoops. I'm going to cut a cherry and the sundae bowl and 2 white strawberries, and I'll do that off camera. Here are my die cut pieces. I'm bringing in my sponge mat, and I'm going to stamp the strawberries. Little triangular piece there, so I've inked it up in Watermelon Wonder. I'm going to stamp off first, then stamp over my strawberry. Then there is the pip detail on the strawberry, so I'm going to ink it up with Watermelon Wonder again, but this time I'm not going to stamp off, I'm just going to stamp directly onto the strawberry. Switching ink pads to Wild Wasabi to stamp the leaf on top of the strawberry. On the stitched square framelet, I shall ink up the sentiment in Watermelon Wonder. This little stamp here to stamp some sprinkles randomly. Then with a fine tip glue pen, I'm just going to pop some sprinkles. Now a bit of fast fuse on the back of the ice cream. I've just added some sprinkles embellishment to cover up my smudge. Now I want to glue my sentiment on the front of the Joy card. Center that. Then open the card up, close that one first on the left, followed by the one on the right, and then with the dimensionals you want to have it flush with the, in line with the edge of the smaller card, and one on the bottom, and you want a double stack of these and one on the Sunday cup itself, just to give it a bit more stability, and then angle it so that this stays within the card. And there's your closure. So you can just slip it on and off. I forgot to do something, and that was to add some sprinkles on this as well. So which do you prefer, the one with the cherry on top or the one without? I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed here on my blog.stampwithelaine.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for visiting today, and thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. Bye!